I didn't think you fell down. I haven't been on yet. Think of me when I go on and do my set as Ollie Legend. You know, remember the old British ski jumping champion? Looked like when he was in the air, he's going to bomb and die. Yeah, that happens to me quite a lot. Are you ready? Are you ready for a bit more?
What are you talking about?
Hey! Who said that? Who said that? Was that you, Sahar?
Yes, it was!
Are you going to come and do your turn now?
Yes, I fucking am!
Whoa! I'll hand it over to you then. Here we go.
Good evening, everyone! Are you well? I'm a bit deaf. I'm going to do that again because I am actually deaf. Guys, are you well? Thank fuck for that. Guys, it's lovely to be here. I am actually semi-local. I'm from Leighton Buzzard. But I live in London, so it's all, I get two parts of the life. No, but it's going really well. I'm having a wonderful time. Did you enjoy the weather before it turned shit?
Yeah.
No. You don't, well, we can compare later. But, you know, to be honest, I was enjoying the sun quite nicely before it turned shit. But I do think the weather does funny things to people. Do we agree with this? It does funny things to people. Like, I had someone come up to me really recently and say, but Sahar, your name sounds like something my wife would say during the heat of orgasm. Thank you, Dad. Welcome to my life, welcome to my life. It's not so bad, folks. Well, the guys are talking. I'm just going to talk to you guys here. You guys enjoy some fun. But guys, as you can tell, I'm not from these parts originally. Alright, guys at the bar, people can't hear my punchlines if you're talking. Shh. Right, where was I? Talking about comedy. No, guys, I'm not from these parts originally. I'm actually not from London. I'm actually from a place called Iran. I'm exotic. Well, to be honest, actually, I want to gauge my audience, actually, because I want to see if you guys are like multiculturalism. Have you guys met people from Iran or the Middle East at all?
Yes.
Okay, about 3 or 4 of you, that's good. For those of you who haven't, you've been to a kebab shop at some point. So you've engaged with the Middle Eastern culture at some point in your life, even if it is a drunken doner kebab and chips, please, thank you very much. But like for me, being Iranian and kind of having to deal with this fantastic tan that I constantly adore, imagine you can have this from Saint Germain. It's very nice. But like for me, like I've been dealing with a lot of shit, a lot of flack from the BBC. I just think they're jealous. And I have to feel like I've constantly defend being from the Middle East. And now, for fuck's sake, it fucks me off now. I just want to expose some fucking truths about being Iranian and living in the UK. Do you want to hear my whole truth?
Yes!
Thank fuck for that. 3 of you here open-minded. The back, fucking racist. What? Now the main one is, yes, I can't deny to anyone. I used to a little while ago. We have nuclear weapons. I can't deny this shit. Okay, I wish I was. Do you know why we're going to join the nuclear family? Do you know why? Do you know why? Really? Do you care? No? Really? Well, to be honest, from our perspective, it was to cure arachnophobia, folks. We have a huge spider problem. This was just to cure arachnophobia. But there's more exports. We got cats. We got carpets. And we've got pistachio nuts, which I recommend you all try at time in your life. Which are very nice. But can someone explain to me why the fuck did my family, my Iranian heritage family, give me hair?
Back to the carpet.
That resembles Mufasa from The Lion King. This is it. This is what I deal with on a regular basis. Ladies, today it's straightened as well. Here. It's massive. And that's just my top, and I'm not going to talk to you about my downstairs department because, well, ladies, I'm going to let you this. I've got special underwear. Spanx cures that shit out. But it's all a little bit weird. I'm not going to let you. But folks, I want to just talk to you about nicknames. I'm not to think I'm just crude and rude and just a bit round, constantly doing a tan. Did you all have nicknames growing up? No? Wow, just me. What was your nickname, my friend? Wild Boy. Was that because you were good in the bedroom? If not, we could chat later. Did you have one, Joe? Do you have a nickname? Joey Deacon. Really? Good times. Good for you. No, mine was a bit of a quirky one, actually. I've had this nickname for 10 minutes, and about 4 people laugh at this. My nickname was Sahar. Your name sounds like Alan Partridge if he was a pirate for a day. 4 people laughing. For those who don't know the reference, see someone going, "Saha, me, Hardy." Yeah, doesn't get boring, my friend. You do any regional accents. Still doesn't get boring. Welcome to my life, really. That's how it goes. But folks, I mean, I love stalkers. I'm just going to put this out there. I love stalkers. And stalking is becoming really big in the news at the moment. I have a theory about this. It's in the love songs, okay? Love songs, folks. Don't deny it yourself. They may be about love and care and devotion. All they really are is about rape, kidnap, and stalking. I'll give you a couple of examples. Adele, Someone Like You. We heard this on the radio. One guy, good times. We heard this, listen to the lyrics. I came out of the blue uninvited. I couldn't stay away. I couldn't hide it. I just wanted to show my face that it's not over. Now, folks, the man that she was talking about has had a wife and a kid, and she's still waiting outside his door. That is, in my mind, a stalker. Right? If that's not, I don't know what is. Now, for some of the ladies, Lisa Stansfield, been around the world and I can't find my baby. I don't know why he's gone away. I don't know where he could be, my baby. But I'm going to find him. The reason why Lisa Stansfield, he's gone around the world, you can't find him, because you're a fucking nutter. But my all-time favourite of reasoned stalker love songs exist. Every breath you take, every move you make, every smile you think, I'll be watching you. Folks, Sting is a rapist, okay? I'm not going to lie to yourself. But I'm going to finish on a bit of an actually in a really lovely crowd, including this little group of pubs, drinking fans. They're going to love that shit. But, look, families are very important to me. Like, I'm from a Middle Eastern background, and families are kind of the thing that binds us. And my boyfriend is a British guy. I recently introduced him to my family. And it finally made me realise why I'm probably a little bit of a warped individual. Because in my family, family gatherings are already weird already, because you have to meet the uncle you haven't met, it's a little bit creepy, wasn't touched all the time. That's like living my uncle. But like my family, everyone's always hugging, that's very common. Everyone's always kissing, and that's very common too.
Right, mate.
Stoning anyone?
Can I get a pint of Guinness?
No, just my family. Well, you've been interesting audience, I like it. I'm going to come back here more often. I'm going to go to Leighton Buzzard and cry a little bit. Thank you everyone for Anna Parchment, Joseph L!
Thank you very much, Sahar.